Hi everybody, welcome to Quest for Thunder. Today we've been planning on how we're going to lay the new floor. Right now the old floor is still in. Mark's removed all the bolts and nuts and everything that's holding it down, as you probably saw in a past video. So now we've been measuring and figuring out where we want to lay the new floor. We're going to cut a template out first from this heavy paper. Now what we're going to do is the flooring comes in 4-foot sheets. So the whole floor is wider than 4 feet, so we had to decide where the seam is going to go, because there's going to be a seam, and it's 8 feet long. So we're going to start at a seam back, or up forward here where the natural seam is, that's already there. And we're going to go aft about 8 feet, because that's how long the sheets are, all the way to the beginning of the ladder. And then we're going to go the width to the other side of this hatch, so it'll run along here and it'll run along the side of the mast and this other hatch all the way to the back seam again. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut out on the template this part, so it's going to be like a U-shaped opening along the template, and same with this hatch here. It's going to be along the seam, it's going to be a U shape, and then back to here. So this length cut out for the hatches all the way to the end, that seam back there all the way to the front of the stairs. So right now, well, this part here in the galley, once we put the board in, there'll be a seam here. We're going to do a separate piece in here. Mark may decide to enlarge this hatch depending on what's under there once we pull up the floor. So we'll cut a separate sheet of wood and figure out at that point how big we want to cut up, open the opening for that hatch. All right, the next board is going to continue with the seam that I pointed out right along the what is that? The port side of the mast. I'm going to start from back here on this bulkhead forward. It's going to be just one width of flooring, going all the way to the stairs and keeping the seam here. And then we'll have another board going back, and we'll elaborate on that when we get to it. So we're focusing on the salon right now. So right now I'm taking measurements so we can cut out the paper template, and we decided that it'll be 8 feet long. That's the easy part. And out to the seam, it's about 31 and 3/4 or we'll probably make it 31 and 7/8 inches, and it'll pretty much be that width all the way down, so we establish that seam. All right, Mark, so be ready to the roll. This is the template. It's a heavy kind of paper. I don't know what's it called in specific. Ramboard, ramboard.com. And so this width looks like it should be just fine.
I think it says what it is.
50 feet roll.
38 inches wide.
Yes, 38 inches, which is a little bit more than enough. All right, so we're going to unroll the roll and make our marks and cut the template. What you doing right now, Mark?
Cutting this
So we already measured
template.
the template, the ram board. Oh, look at there. There's Clyde. Hello, Clyde. What's Mark doing?
It's rough on my knees.
Oh, yeah. So we measured the first strip of board, length 8 feet and width 31 and 7/8 inches. And we're cutting it out. We're hoping it's near perfect. Oh, that goes.
Bug trying to get up.
You take your joint supplements.
Bug on my back.
A bug?
Do we want to put the U's in now?
Yeah, we have the measurements on the piece of paper.
Okay.
We're gonna put in the hatch squares, where the hatch squares and the boards in between the hatches go. What you looking at?
Masts over there.
Oh, it's a beautiful day today.
Yeah, sure.
It is a nice day to go sailing. Okay, I'm coming over to help you make the measurements. Are you filming me right now?
Yeah, so what are you doing right now?
So I'm measuring from the end, which would go against the stairway,
Okay.
to where the first hatch would be.
Where it starts?
Yeah, so this is wood right here. We're gonna make a cutout for the hatch. So I'm gonna measure from the end to where we would make the cutout. And
This is
that's-
going to be the edge of the hatch right here, though, right? The edge of this board, the edge of this piece of paper is the edge of the hatch.
Yes, we're gonna cut out like that.
Okay.
It's gonna be a hole,
So-
squarish hole, rectangular hole. So 7.
So that's where the first. What you're measuring to is the front corner.
Yeah, that part from
To
the
the front
stairs
corner?
to the yes.
Okay.
So 7 1/8.
All right. And then once you get that mark, what are you gonna do? You're gonna put the hatch up against that.
Yes.
So you just move the hatch up against it.
Yeah, except this is not a perfect. Well, you know, I could put it against this factory edge right here. Right?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said use the factory edge.
Oh yes. Okay, so I'm lining the hatch up to the factory edge. How does that look?
That looks good.
And then I'm
Careful,
gonna draw.
don't fall off the dock.
I'm gonna draw along here.
And we're only making a U, right? We're not.
Right, because we're gonna cut. Our seam is gonna be
Yeah.
here
Okay. Got
of
it.
the floor. So I'm gonna trace around. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Gosh, I hope nothing. Because that doesn't look like it's.
What? It's fine, honey.
I guess because the hatch is.
Look, it's fine.
The hatch is curved. All right. All the way to here and around.
Okay. Is that it? Is that the cutout?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty messy drawer down there at the end, man. Yeah.
Well, it's.
You and your scribbly lines.
I went like that. I got to the end and I
All right.
went
So
like that.
before we cut this out, let's go ahead and place the hatch for the other hatches
Okay.
as well.
Wow, this is off. I mean, it's too much. It's supposed to be 7 1/8.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
7 1/8 here.
We can trim it at that at the far end.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. All right.
Better
so,
too long than too short.
Yes. As long as this other end is correct.
Well, it's going to be more correct than that end
Okay.
because I cut it myself.
All right. So the next measurement is between the hatch and I think the hole where the sail is.
Where the sail is.
I mean the mast.
Clyde.
So
Clyde.
23 7/8 from there to there.
Go, Clyde.
Clyde's trying it out.
Yeah.
So 23 7.
From the edge, from the back of the
here.
hatch.
No, from here.
Right, from the back of the hatch.
Yes, back of the hatch.
Down to the front corner of the next hatch,
Yes,
or is it the back corner?
the hatch to the hatch of where the mast hole is.
Yeah, but is it the front or the back?
Aft of it. When it starts. When it starts.
Oh,
from
okay, okay, the
from-
very front corner.
Going from aft to forward. All right, so
Do I
20.
need to hold something for you?
Yeah, can you?
Yeah, hold on a second. I can hold this. Where?
Just hold it straight, still.
Just like that.
Yeah, just hold it still. And it's 20. Oh, you hold it. Hold.
Hmm?
There. There. 20.
What are you doing?
3 and
You're
7/8.
you're making it so that it's crooked.
Okay, I'm trying to line it up perfectly. 23 7/8.
You can mark it on the inside, you know.
Yeah, I know. If I'm on film, don't talk to me that way.
Okay.
And 7/8 there.
So this is where you put the
For the sail.
corner of this one.
Is it as deep as the sail?
Is it as deep?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
No,
Didn't-
it's the same width, but it's not as deep. This is
yeah,
is
that-
longer.
I measured for that, so. All right, so again, I'm placing it on the edge. Just seems like the edge is off. Like the
Yeah,
edge
it's
of
not
the
to
hatch.
worry about it, okay?
The edge of the hatch is off.
Yeah, well, it's not.
Honey.
Well, it's going to have a little bit of play in it, otherwise it wouldn't come in and go out, right? It would be so tight that you wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to push it in or pull it out. So.
Right. There. And then
Gotta
it
do
goes
this
longer.
end.
All right,
Oh,
now
no, you
I
don't.
have to
No, 'cause
measure.
You got to measure the distance
So here it is, but I got to measure for the length
for the length.
because
Yeah.
it's longer than this hatch. The measurement I had for the mast hole was 18 1/4.
From the front of the hole to the
From
back
here,
of the hole.
Yes.
Sees a bird. There he goes. Mr. Bird Dog sees a bird.
18 1/4.
Hold it for you again.
Yes, please.
That's all of it. Wait a minute. All right. Okay.
There. I gotta make a line.
Use this
I will use this.
because you're going to use the edge.
Yes.
Well, that's almost the same size as that
Almost.
hatch.
Just a little bit more. I guess I could have
Gotta
just.
go that way.
So Mark's cutting. We traced the hatches, and now he's cutting out where the hatches go. Double check the measurements on my sticky note with what we drew. Came out good. Double check the measurements downstairs in the boat with what I have on the sticky note. Came out good. But for some reason we think we're going to be short about 1 inch on the end. I don't know what that means. But that's the way it goes on a boat, I guess. So we're going to get it cut out, and we can always adjust somehow. It's just a template.
Well, it's
but
just a template. We can add more paper.
yes,
to it.
we could tape another strip on if we have to. So we'll fit it downstairs, and then we'll make sure it fits accurately. Live and in person. Okay.
Oh, look.
Oh, perfect. All right, that's where the forward hatch and salon will be. That dog.
What is he doing?
Hey, he's trying to help. Good dog. Yeah, you good dog in the sun. Look at you. It gives new meaning to golden retriever. Yeah, so pretty.
Board is really easy to cut. That's a good thing.
That's good.
Holds the knife pretty good too. Doesn't get too many wiggling. No variations.
Yeah, looks like it's steady. So what section is that?
This is the second. This is the first hatch at the mast.
Well, it's the middle hatch really in the salon. The mast
Yeah.
comes out of this.
It's the second hatch cover opening.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, what are you doing? Huh? You just have to be right in the middle of everything, don't you? Mr. Furry Balls.
Hey,
What? He doesn't have any balls.
don't embarrass him on the film,
Well, he doesn't have any balls. He can't.
honey.
be embarrassed.
This is a G-rated
He has a flappy
sailboat
dangler.
video. And now Mark's cutting out the final hatch opening that's aft by where the ladder comes down the stairway. And then we get to take it downstairs and see exactly how it fits.
How hosed up we are.
Well, you gotta have a positive attitude.
Hey, you know, I'm just glad we're at this phase of the game is all.
Yes,
I'll be
always
honest
moving
with you.
forward.
I mean, there's a lot of little things still yet to do in the boat that are aesthetic, but
The floor is
this thing is going to make such a difference in the way the boat is. And when we get that old nasty floor out of there, it's going to help with the smell.
well. I smelled those little wood chips when you were drilling out those little wooden.
Bungs.
Yeah, and they smelled like they were oil soaked. So that's probably where most of the stink is coming from.
Yep, I'm sure it is. Once we get the old floor out, we might want to consider, after we get the floor out and we clean below, we might want to consider renting an ozone generator,
Huh.
closing up the boat and running it for about 5 hours.
Ozone generator.
Yeah, that'll definitely get the smell out.
Use it in the house too,
Okay.
after you cook.
All right, so let's take this template. Well, let's gather up the bits and pieces here.
All right, we're gonna clean up and take the template downstairs. So everything was kind of pretty good.
Just this one little piece here.
Wouldn't you know it though, I double checked my sticky note measurements with the board.
All right, I'm gonna need you to hold this.
And I double checked the measurements in here with my sticky notes. And this one section that Mark is holding was
Here, I'll hold it. You
shifted
put the tape
over
on.
by about a 1/4 inch.
Okay, you
So
just move
Mark
the whole thing.
cut it, and he's yelling at me, and he cut it and moved it where it's supposed to be, and is taping it. That really puts me in a mood trying to figure out what went wrong with the measurements. You double check on all ends, and something's out of whack. It's like a Rubik's Cube. You take all the stickers off and put them on. Right? Did you used to do that?
No.
Can't figure out the Rubik's Cube, so you just take the stickers off and put them on, so get it correct and cheat. But you know, it's a boat, so we can cheat as long as it's not.
Well, nothing's plumb on a plumber square on a boat anyway.
But it looks like everything else
Okay.
is good. We gotta just push that part down. There's slight waviness in the template because they're not perfect
Hey,
colors.
babe,
Oops,
you're
sorry.
moving it. Get your
like, yeah, like a bowl in a china shop. And so, but there'll always be little corrections to make once we cut out the wood. The actual wood, we can sand a little bit here and there to make it fit. There's the water tank under that hatch there, and there's the mast.
This does not go all the way to the seam here.
Uh-oh. Well, like I said, we'll have to
Okay, look.
play with it.
If I put this against this wall, then I'm
Yeah.
missing, as it goes that way, it's even worse.
There's this. Yeah, because the template was wavy from the factory. I think that's the factory edge, right?
I don't know.
And it was kind of cut in a wavy. Plus the seam goes a little bit under the bulkhead there, but still that differs by a lot, so we'll have to adjust. Right, honey?
Is it flush down there? What's this piece for?
Oh. We're patching it together. The sun's in my eyes. We're putting it together with another piece to go into that little section by the galley.
So those two pieces right there? Those two pieces?
Yes, we even made a little notch to go around the corner there. So I'm going to place this in here. And that will butt up with the other template that we made the other day.
For the salon,
The
on
main
that
salon
side.
area, yeah.
Okay.
And then I cut this out to cover the rest. It'll overlap. See if it fits in. We may have to trim it down a little. It's bowing a little. Let me flip it over. We have to trim it down a little. Then we gotta cut out the hatch too. Oh, that is not a straight edge there. Whew. You know what? Let me flip it this way. The straight edge there. Alright, I'm gonna have to trim it. You wanna hand me the knife?
Right, the razor?
Yeah. Please.
There you go.
Thanks.
So you're pressing it down into the
Corner.
corner with the blunt end of the to get the ram board
Into the corner.
into the corner, and then you trim away the excess. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm doing it the way you did it the other day.
Using the edge of that, right?
Yeah.
To press it, and then you cut down into the corner, like to the in the crease, right?
Yep. Right along the crease. It's a very thin strip
Yeah.
because it's not long by that much, but enough to cause the
The bow.
board to bow. It's pretty much this little thing.
Yeah.
There.
The width of the pen, actually.
Yeah, probably. All right, now I'll just tape these two together,
Okay. Here's,
then we'll-
here's the tape.
measure out where the hatch is.
Okay.
Make sure it's all in here before I
What's that?
make sure it's all situated because it's curling up, you know.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, that fits nicely there. Use more tape.
Yeah.
Can you see anything?
Yeah.
It's a tight spot here. All right, now we gotta hold on.
What's happening here?
So we had the template in there in the galley like we just showed, and then we measured from the one side over 5 1/4 inches.
This side over here next to the stairs, we
Yeah,
measured
because we're now
that little section so we could figure out where the hatch starts.
Yes.
Ow!
Ooh.
That was my knee. Oh.
All right, and then I'm just simply tracing the hatch so we can cut the hole out for it.
Okay. You did that already,
I
right?
had a squiggly line. I have to fix it.
Squiggly line.
Yeah, my finger or something made it. There.
Your finger made it squiggly?
I think so, or something. The hatch is kind of worn away there, so
Yeah.
tracing it wasn't quite
Okay,
perfect.
you might want to be careful there because you're going to wind up going down into the crack of the hatch below as you're cutting. It may pull your knife off.
Okay. Hold on, let me. Oh, Mark. Okay.
But you got to push hard because that blade is dull. I got to change that blade out. They get dull pretty quick cutting paper.
Yeah, I always wondered why that was, because paper is, you know, softer than most things, but
It does it.
it must
I don't
be
know
that
why,
the
but
fiber
it does.
just.
It definitely dulls the blade quickly. This is only the third template that we've made, right? 1, 2, 3.
Well, we made
No,
little
four.
ones along
This is
the
the
way.
fourth one.
Yeah, this is the
And
fourth.
so, you know, I started noticing it was really dull on the third one.
This is
And
a
it's a
small
brand new
one,
blade.
though.
I just installed it before we started doing this.
Wow, that's amazing. Use my knife sharpener in the kitchen.
No, it's a
Oh,
razor blade, honey.
you sure?
You can't, you know.
I need the blade.
Yeah, you know, try that some more.
Yeah, I'm gonna loosen it a little here.
Most of these templates that we've cut for the salon and the passageway, we've had to go out onto the dock and cut them because they were too long or too wide or whatever. This one is the first one that we could actually do inside. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the after one though. I don't know if we're going to have to cut that outside or we can do it inside. I don't know.
All right, this should work.
Alright, so here we go. This is moment of truth here.
Oh.
You didn't go through the bottom.
No.
You didn't press down hard enough.
I was wondering why that piece of cardboard underneath wasn't going away.
In order to make this template, we just used 2 pieces of ram board that we had already cut from a previous template was left over. And rather than trimming them all down to make them just fit perfectly, we just overlapped them so that we didn't have to deal with that. And that's why there's that section underneath there that Jean just cut away.
This is where you speed the film up. I'm meticulously cutting.
Okay, now I'm going to put the template in place and see if our measurements were correct. I only hope. Are they good or what?
Yeah, pretty good. This is still, there's still a little bit of bowing. Wait, I just have to. Yeah, this seems to be good.
Okay, good.
It might be a little sandy. We might have to do on the actual wood because.
Well, it's always better to have a
There's a
little
little-
more template than you need because when it comes time to actually bring the boards in, you can fine tune the boards by planing the edge or sanding them. And I'd much rather be a little over than under because dealing with under it's just not easy to do. Okay, well that's a nasty hole, and I want to grab on this floor so we can clean all that out from underneath
All right,
there.
I like to think about it.
And scrub the top of that tank till it's nice and clean.
Just that one little square.
Well, it's not exposed, that's why it's so dirty.